Rocking and rolling. There it is. I love it. Hello, good morning. Welcome to this morning's meditation. I am Kari, and so there's just so much. We are starting our second round of tuning in to the Metatron code. So if you track back a couple weeks ago, we went through all 7 names and titles and attunements to the Metatron. This round, we are going to be syncing up with the actual codes themselves, the transmissions from Metatron as we work with each of those titles. So this first one is He Who Is Most Faithful. I will share the code with you, the transmission in a moment. But what I want to sync most potently with you on is what are the 3D elements, if you will, that these codes are here to be supporting us with. And in this case, today for the first code, it's all about anxiety, right? It is all about, what ultimately leads to anxiety, which is that pesky little problem that we encounter of disconnection. So we're going to be talking about disconnection and faith today. He who is most faithful, ultimately, it's that power to harness or believe in that which we can't see. However, the end result of that, as we are navigating these incredibly challenging times, as new paradigm consciousness is, each of us is really being called into harnessing and recognizing and learning ourselves in ways, and actually humanity is being called to learn itself in ways that has never been confronted before, has never been brought to the surface. And so Kaipacha recently used the analogy for the current astrology that we are in, that it's like being the doula or being the midwife. We are in the process of birthing. And so in that imagery, you have the newborn baby, you have the mother, and you have the midwife. And when there are challenges, when it becomes, when the pressure mounts in the birth, and if at any time the mother or the baby is struggling, they will always choose, 9 times out of 10, they're going to choose to save the baby. The baby is representing the new, it's representing the future. The mother is representing the past, the old, the collective, if you will, the lineage that is being carried forward. And so that baby is the one that is typically going to be, if there has to be a decision. And so we're on the cusp of a great decision like this, such massive transformation, both societally, culturally, politically, and personally for all of us. And the end result is at an energetic level, our energetic body is left with newness, and it's left with, do I tap into the old and source and pull my energy from what I know, which is comfortable and familiar, which is the mother, or do I move into the unknown, which is the new and the new potential and the future in the vision, which feels equally as vulnerable as the newborn baby, right? Which has as little of ability, if you will, we know newborns have no capacity for caring and nurturing and providing for themselves upon birth. I think the human species is one of the only ones that get wired in this way, if you will, coming in without any of the equipment to survive. So I bring all of this to the forefront again in the construct of the first code, to set up the first code, because we are not only in an ascension process when we're studying Metatron, but we are in a descension process while working and studying with Metatron. And so that descension process means we have to jump between, we have to recognize where we're at any given moment, and then work with the energy we have from there, and then consciously choose. And this moment in time happens to be one of those moments for all of humanity, but also as it relates to of us individually to consciously choose. And that can be really, really, really difficult when we'll call it the matrix, the media, everything that we plug into to navigate our daily lives, much like the baby can't survive without support. Well, as we are birthing new, where is our support coming from? It's coming from the old, it's coming from the mother, it's coming from the provider. And right now, she is in a fit of tumultuousness and rebirthing of her own accord. And so plugging in, no matter how much we go in and we get our big insights and our deep connection, that plugging in does not feel good, right? Like everybody's going through something, being faced with something. We are in a massively depressive, energetic field. And that depressive is the dissension, right? But it's also the density. Like we have been dragged into the density at such a great degree. So when we start to plug in these findings, right? When we do the work and we find the light and then we start to plug it in, it's like flat pancake, right? Like there is no juice with that, and probably not a lot of juice with the people we're connecting with either. And so, especially for those of you that are doing this light work out in the world. So what I want to bring us to, the ultimate impact of that is going to be physically anxiety, right? Like that is the symptom that we experience. And anxiety is triggered at all different levels and scales by disconnection between the mind and the heart and the gut. So we have an incredible brain access here. We have an incredible matrix, over 72 mechanisms for redundancy just between here and the gut, which is incredible. Goes to show how important it is to keep this all wired up and connected and working synchronistically. However, the moment anything shifts, and again, remember I spoke about our energy, our sourcing, plugging into something that's no longer feeling good. So that creates a destabilization in how the energy, the type of energy we're sourcing. And so the body needs to be brought up online with that. The body needs to, not only do we need to go in and envision the energy, but we also need to help the body adjust to this depressive state, right? Like the depressive, dense energy that's around us to help us maintain and hold the light. Imagine being crushed with the frequency in the field, which is essentially, we could talk about it astrologically, we could talk about it all the different dimensional levels, astrologically, collectively, you name it. Like it's happening at all levels for us right now. And so how do we create expansion and shift the tide of all of that energy to keep it from pulling us under? So our first code, as I said, Metatron, he who is most faithful, the energetic, the frequency we work with here is that of the golden flame. So when we do the light link, envisioning the sun is the golden flame. And the reminder is, you are the flame, you hold the light, you have the power to ignite what's needed for humanity to see, the bridge to love that will set them free. Here's the key. Curated through your heart, the language of light revealed when you believe in all that you cannot see. So that's what we're going to be up to today. We're going to curate this light through our heart. We're going to make sure that we have the support and the energy to push out against that depressive energy, to allow it to flow through us. It's not about releasing it or overcoming a block. It's just allowing. It's like clearing the toothpaste tube. We got to clear the emotions and the energies that are running in us. Even if you aren't experiencing anxiety, it's in the field all around us. So we want to be sure we have a nice clean slate. And again, believing in that piece that we cannot see, right? We are having faith in what is to come, and faith in our ability, and faith in the support and the guidance that is here, perpetuating us forward, propelling us forward on our path. So with that, Go ahead. Nice deep breath in, closing your eyes. We're going to begin with the light link, imagining the sun shining down upon your head as we work this golden flame. Nice big exhale. And I'm going to read the code again, and I want you to move through it this time with the imagery. You are the flame. So connecting to that golden light and feeling the sun, not only the warmth of it on your head, but it moving through your body. You hold the light, allowing that sun to slowly melt like butter or drip like honey into your mind's eye and through your mind's eye, taking the sweet swallow of honey, imagining that running down your throat as you hold the light, bringing it in with the power to ignite. Here's the key to what's happening right now is that this is all running on very, very subconscious levels. People are awake and not awake, and many are awakening. And so you simply holding the light, being that beacon, is enough in these moments. Speaking your truth, having the conversations, meaning you are enough by doing what you do to ignite others, to be that rock of faith. It's needed for all of humanity to see the bridge to love. And what is that bridge to love? It's faith. It's the reminder that we are so much more than our circumstances and our environment, that all that really matters at the core is what we harness and feel inside. And it is our power to choose what channel of information we are tuning into and listening to. It is our power, if we are so mired in our anxiety, to take the steps we need to take to overcome it, to get to the gym, to get outside, to do the meditation, even when it's not working, to continue forward with it. So we may set ourselves free. Nice deep breath in here now. I want you to shift to your feet. Shift to the feet. And I really want you to tune into the density that you feel physically beneath your feet, beneath your sitting bones. Really focus in on that density. Black and white, physical and imagined. Go ahead and focus in on what you feel, the earth, how hard it is, how dense it is beneath you, how it is here supporting you. Nice deep breath in. Nice big exhale. And coming into the heart now and feeling the heartbeat. It's through the heart that we curate the light and we bring the charge to a higher frequency to flush out the disconnection. Again, anxiety is the title, the name that we give for any time the mind is not as connected as it should be with the heart and the gut brain. So we're going to turn all of these systems on, and we're actually going to go through a couple of mechanical steps to support everyone in the process. So the first thing I want to have you do is just wrap your arms around your chest, fingertips on the side of the rib cage. And I want you to rotate here a little bit. Again, we're really working with the physical body right now, that seen and unseen component. So feel the physicality of your fingertips as best you can as they're crossed over left to right ribs, right to left ribs. Feel the physicality of those ribs. And then feel what's happening inside as you give yourself a squeeze. What's going on inside your body? Does it feel comfortable giving yourself a hug like this? Do you feel the ribs underneath? Do you feel, for the ladies, your side boob, right? Like what's going on there? What are you feeling? And what does it bring up for you connecting with the physicality of your body? Nice deep breath in, and then rolling the shoulders, really opening that rib cage as you're holding it. Big breaths here. This takes a moment. We are working one of the disconnection shut-off mechanisms for a triple warmer. You are holding your triple warmer right now, which is your fight or flight response. So even if you came into this totally cool, calm, and collected, trust me, triple warmer is, especially in our current consciousness, running at a low level. So dig into the physicality. Look for some of the discomfort or the disconnection if you're just feeling all calm and blissed out. Let your mind actually wander to where the density is living in your body. Nice deep breath in. Go ahead and roll the neck from one side to the other and shake out the arms. Now roll the shoulders. Okay, I want to have you, if both feet are not placed on the floor, now placing both feet on the floor and bringing the hands, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the neck with thumbs pointed down. So if you were to put your hands in front of you, palms forward, thumbs down, and then place them behind the neck so that the thumbs are released, elbows are out, back of the neck is being held, cradled in your hands, and thumbs are over the collarbone. So nice big mechanism of support. And then just kind of lean back in your hands, into your hands. You may find yourself arcing back a little bit. And I want you here to imagine now, really, really, really like calling in that sunshine from above, imagining you've stepped outside for the first time today, going back to basics, but as though you're reclining on that beach, on that lounge chair, and just reaching up. And if you're in a chair, let yourself really fall back into this and feel that sun just blasting your face. Your elbows might, your arms might get a little tired. If they do, roll the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades, open the chest up even further. This is another triple warmer deactivation spot. And as you get more comfortable, what I want to have you do is slide the hands up so that the palms are just behind the ears. And now the back of the skull, I believe that's the occiput, is being cradled in the hand. So no longer the neck, but truly allowing the weight of your head to be supported in your hands and the thumbs to be rolling down the side of the neck. Nice deep breath in here. And again, feeling that sun blasting on your face, imagining even becoming hot and sweaty as that heat penetrates its warmth. And then as you're ready, you can release the arms, coming all the way back up to sitting upright if you were. Otherwise, just continuing to imagine you're laying out. And nice deep breath in here. We have one more position for triple warmer. We're not going to do it yet. I want to further our heart opening. So nice lick of the lips, relaxing the jaw. I've been working a lot with the physicality today in this most faithful. So as you envision the sun, what I want you to call into your mind's eye now is that it is coming closer and closer and closer until suddenly the sun is hovering just before you. Beautiful, a brilliant body of light. Allow it to hover just before you. We're going to take a moment here. You may experience some resistance with this, so I'm qualifying what we're going to do with that in hopes that you go all in and really let this next exercise expand you beyond anything you could imagine. What if the sun were mirroring the light in your heart? So not bringing the sun into the heart, not allowing the golden light to come in and to support us and to nurture us. But what if the sun were merely a reflection of the sun that's burning within you, infinitely powerful? And so as you tune into that, what does your mind find? Do you find darkness? Do you find just a little speck? We all know how big and bright and powerful the sun is. Can you allow that to be mirrored in what you're imagining? So as you observe yourself, we see the sun in front of us, and then we see you in the physical form, allowing the mind to melt into releasing all of the density around you, so that you can not only shine as bright as you are imagining the sun, but even brighter, even more pure flame. This is going to require you to release the density in your mind, in your consciousness, and to envision yourself as truly a being of light, to be revealed and to reveal. This light consciousness, you may imagine it like gas turning the burner up on the stove. Go ahead and slowly twist that dial. And as the dial twists, I'll count you through it. As the dial twists, we're allowing this light, like a phoenix, to burn through the dross, to burn through the density. The key is here for you to consciously feel yourself in control of this flame. No matter how dense it feels in the moment, no matter how disconnected you feel from the imagery or how much it feels like just a tiny little spark. Maybe all you're imagining is we're just getting the spark turned on and it's infinitesimal inside of your heart. No matter what and how you process this is absolutely perfect. So again, nice deep breath in. Feel that belly expanding. Let's do that 3 more times. Nice deep breath in. Belly expansion, pushing it against the back of the spine as the belly expands, and exhaling. 2 more. Deep breath in and exhaling. And 1 more. And exhaling. Take a moment. Instead of forcing this, focus in on the sun as you imagine it hovering just before you, the Christed light. In fact, the Christed being, his love may appear before you. His light, his image may appear before you. In this field of he who is most faithful, we're working with the word being the controlling mechanism for how our light is expressed. The word being what we choose to believe in. Which story do we choose to believe in? Breathing in and out as you feel yourself having faith in that which you can't see. As the sunshine becomes brighter, now imagining it is nothing more than a mirror of what's in you. Go ahead and give yourself the opportunity as though you're turning your face directly to the light, to the mirror before you, and slowly allowing yourself to believe and accept that brilliance of light hovering, that orb, that Christed light, maybe even Christ himself as he hovers before you, is you. How big of a jump is that for you to accept? How big of a leap of faith for you to envision yourself as a Christed being. Again, curated through the heart. Curated is a specific word is refined, is practiced. There's a wisdom and a knowledge deep within your bones that has to accept that this is truth. So in a moment, we're going to count. Feels like an up count, not a down count. So we're going to count from 1. Nice big inhale and exhale onto 2, allowing the light to become so infinitesimally bright that you become blinded in it. 3, it's becoming brighter. And again, remembering you are simply observing yourself. Deep breath in, 4, even brighter. Heat turning up, volume turning up, flicks of bright white and blue may be coming. You may just know they're there, not even seeing them yet. 5, the Hamsa, the hand of God, that interconnection. 6, the power of heaven and earth united through you. So by 6, we should be seeing some flames burning, some energy burning in this mirror as you gaze upon yourself. 7, the journey to heaven, the ascension and descension, the gates, if you will. 8, the infinite loop of synchronization. Go ahead and feel yourself running a loop between that mirror, the Christed being before you and around your heart, synchronizing these 2 images. Once you feel like that figure 8, we call this activating your 8s. Once we feel like that figure 8 is active, fully synchronized, allowing yourself to collapse the 8 into one perfect circle in your heart. Christed being becoming one. The image before you, the mirror, complete. Now it is just you embodying this light as we move into the 9. That perfect loop of completion. And here's where the fire burns the hottest, because we're about to hit 10. And 10 is that of the new beginning of the Phoenix. So you get to feel yourself, life, death, rebirth. As Kaipacha shared in his post this week, the composting pile that burns, the heat becomes so great as it begins to disintegrate. I want you to feel in this moment your physicality melting away, your bones, your skin, your cells, everything just melting into form or out of form, liquefying. The butterfly, before it is a butterfly, is liquefied within the cocoon as it makes its transition from the caterpillar to the winged being. Feeling the light exploding around you as you melt down into nothingness, into just pure frequency. Faith in what you cannot see, curated in the heart. The language of light revealed. Breathing in and out, for you are the flame. You hold the light. You have the power to ignite what's needed for humanity to see, the bridge to the love that will set them free. So before we move to 10 and the progression, I want you to feel yourself expanding this light. Feel it waking up the physicality of the floor beneath you. Let yourself, everything that is dense is just less light. Everything has light, for we are in a field of creation. Our brain has just told us that the floor beneath you is firm, because that's how we've processed the molecules being collapsed together, but it makes it no less light. There is still space in between the spaces. Letting the floor become an extension of this body of light, waking it up, waking up the inanimate objects around you, feeling and sensing the light within the trees and the plants around you, in the bird's song. Nice deep breath in, nice big exhale. As we prepare to make the transition to 10, Phoenix rising, all things around you becoming explosive in light. The true language of love evidencing itself as you imagine the room around you becoming completely illuminated now in this light, and noticing the different fractals and colors that are present. It is you and your power to believe, to trust that you have the power to release the density. Go ahead and feel your spine as a column of light. All modes of density release. I want to have you do our last and final triple warmer exercise just to bring it all the way home. Go ahead and placing the thumbs, tips of the fingers over the ears as though we were to run our fingers through our hair just above the ears, but allowing the thumbs to rest, hover before the ears. You can bring your elbows down to your knees, palms on your temples, and just hold your head. You can leave your head up, or if it's more comfortable, to drop all the way down, like a thinking position. And really holding this position, want to invite you to turn the volume up even higher, letting a lightning bolt of energy run down your spine as your muscles relax to their greatest extent. And just breathe here. Breathe. We have literally just run an energetic marathon. You have just birthed density out of your system. Just keep breathing. And if it doesn't feel like it's all the way there yet, like the light is fully reflected in the room, keep breathing. Doing amazing. And then as you're ready, coming back to sitting, if you're kneeled over to the knees, giving yourself that squeeze around the heart. And this time, squeezing in the light, feeling the Christed being hovering inside of you, allowing yourself to accept the codes of He who was most faithful, the rock upon which the light was grounded, was brought into form. The rock that became the foundation for the temple, your body being the temple, and from there extending out into your home as your temple. Okay, our last exercise now. Let yourself hear, receive, and feel the light of God, the light of Christed being, as it moves freely through you. You are an agent of light, of love. Receive the blessings, the golden path, the wisdom that comes with this acceptance and this choice to be of service of the light, to be a Metatronic being, the remembrance of how potent and how powerful you are as you embrace your soul's birthright, your starseed essence and energy, your divine Christed being. It takes a leap of faith, but I know you've got it. Nice deep breath in, slowly coming all the way back into the room, into the moment, into your body, rolling the shoulders, wiggling the toes, licking the lips, relaxing the jaw, and welcome back, my faithful beings. Namaste. So much love. I will see you all.